Morning, guys. So the sun's shining a little bit now. You can kind of see that it's still dark there, but it was carrying on and thundering, and it was raining about 10-15 miles north of here like crazy. So I went ahead and picked up all the bales out of the field and got them put in the barn, which is not really what I want to do. You know, if it's gonna be sunny and everything and not rain, I'd rather leave it sitting out. But if it's gonna be raining more, there ain't no sense in leaving it sit out. Got all the bales picked up. Of course, they're all wet. Still got some hay out in the field to bale too. Not all that much. In fact, you can't even hardly see the stinking windrows now. When they get rained on and beat down and that grass is growing out there, it is what it is. You know, what are you gonna do about it? All that hay that got rained on, since it got rained on that much, is gonna be cow chow. And honestly, it's probably not that bad, as long as it will dry. Now, where I've got it, I'm gonna have to move it around if I want it to dry. And I'm not leaving it there. I'm gonna load it up and take it to Dad's at some point. I ended up stacking this hay in the add-on that I put on here. Two reasons. Really don't have any good space to put it in the main building, and it's pretty tight. So this is open on this face here, and it's open down at the bottom back there, so potentially should be able to get some airflow through here. Of course, it's obviously out of the rain. I went too high because I didn't want to stack it up real high. Give as much exposure to these bales as they can to dry that outside out, but you know, still not going to dry real well. Anytime you got them stacked up, it's, you know, air can't get to it. Got some sprinkles. After I put everything in the barn, I got to thinking, man, the sun's coming out. Maybe I should have just left it out there, but probably a good decision to not leave it out there for another rainy day. Morning, guys. It's supposed to be a really nice, clear day today. Sunny, upper 80s. So what I'm doing is taking the hay back out of here. I'm gonna spread it out on edge, one layer across the concrete here, so they can all get some sun and some air and get it dried out. We got all the bales moved out on the concrete with the dry side down so the sun and the breeze can get to them. I'm going to work, and then when I get back, I'll take the load of good hay over to Dad's. Hopefully we can get it unloaded. When I come back, I'll load this stuff here on that trailer. Got home from work. I went ahead and flipped all these bales. They're drying very, very good. Very happy with it. It's still gonna look like junk hay because it's been wet, but it's all right. Here we go. Got the other hay loaded and strapped. Getting ready to head to Dad's. Catch you later. See if Dad can throw me off the wagon. Taking this to the old house along with my trailer load of hay. We're gonna unload this first, and then probably won't get to my trailer tonight. This stack here looks much nicer than the last time I stacked with the grapple. So it can be done on edge. Turning them 90 degrees here really helps. I think if you didn't do that, you'd have trouble. So there he goes. Is that Pawpaw leaving in the tractor, Cade? Why didn't you get in the tractor with him? Huh? Well, I don't know. What happened? Did he sneak out on you? Oh, you got greasy hands? No, I couldn't imagine that in the bed of this truck with hydraulic hoses and a ball, and you've been messing with the grease gun. Oh yeah, Mommy's gonna be really happy with you, boy. My wife driving my dad's car. If that's not trouble, waiting for trouble, asking for trouble. I don't know what is. Here's the round baler. We really haven't had much chance to work on it here lately. Well, we have, but we ran into one of those rollers that had the bad bearing. We actually need to get the insert that the bearing mounts on, because it just spins inside the new bearing. Leave in the comments down below how you stack your hay using a grapple or whatever. I don't care if you gather it with a stacker wagon or with an accumulator. I'm stacking 10 bale on edge, so that's 5 bales next to each other, 2 rows of those on edge. That's what I've got, so that's how I'm stacking it. This trailer is really about perfect. If it was about 3 feet longer, I could fit another tier, but it works out okay the way it is. So I put 3 stacks per row on the bottom ones this way. That ends right here. So I put 4 and 8, and that gets me 68 on my first 2 rows. The third row, I turn. What I did was I actually overset this slightly, not a lot, but probably 3 to 4 inches there. And I just basically made sure that I was splitting this center bale here to try to tie these together better. And then I just, whenever I put up there, I just make sure I get them tight each way. And then here, and I actually drove on from the end. If once I get my cylinder, I won't have to drive on from the end to do that. But so I put 1 wide, 2 across here, and then I put this stack here. I wouldn't have to do that, but then this here would be shy 1, and you don't want to put that on the end because it'll just flop off there. So then that let me offset and be able to tie this end one on really well. That tied on really well. And then I did the same thing up here as I did on these bottom ones here. Okay, so there's 3 across there, and then you can kind of tell the difference between here and here. There's 4 bales here that got rained on. So that's how I finished that out with that. And then I just went, I basically took the extra bale out on the top one, and I set in just a little bit, and it comes out to where it sets in just a little bit there. Ties on everything really good. I don't know that I would trust this going down the road without tying it, but it rode really good. Of course, I got plenty of straps on it too. Leave a comment down below how you stack. I realize not everybody has the same type of grapple. Let me know what you use, whether it's an accumulator or a stacker wagon or whatever. If you use a grapple, what pattern you're using, if it's 10 flat, 8 flat, 10 on edge, 18, 15, whatever other numbers there are out there. Let me know. I'd like to know. And then how you stack. I'd be really interested in that. So, all right, guys, I'm heading down there. Dad's probably about there by now. We're going to bale up some loose hay in there, unload that wagon, and then probably just unhook this load. Well, there's the other load of hay. Here we go. Dad's got the tractor in here. Here's our stack of hay that we stacked before. We sold, I don't know what, 25 or 30 bales out of here. 25 bales out of here. And this is where we're going to be stacking the rest of the wagon hay. There's the 276. All right. All right, guys. Here's our pile. We're all done. Once we baled this here. All right. Got that little bit baled up. This stuff's been in this corner forever. But this is all the straw that he baled. Then there's some bales here that were still intact. We didn't rebale them. Once we get this wagon unloaded, we're gonna load all this here back up on the wagon, take it back to Dad's house. He's gonna feed this old hay. Cows will eat some of it and they'll bed on some of it. And then this straw he can use for bedding, or if a neighbor needs some straw or something and there's not enough there to like advertise and sell any of it. But, you know, it's something. All right, I'm gonna help him unhook this baler and get that wagon hooked up. You guys just got home. Dad's already working on loading this hay up. I'm gonna help him finish up here and get this thing down the road. Afternoon, guys. You can't even hardly see them. Well, you probably can't on the camera anyways. Got a few windrows right out here, 2 over by the road, and then the little 1 acre field or whatever across the road here on the neighbor. I'm going to get the rake and flip those over, and I don't know, maybe I'll bale them maybe today, but if not today, probably tomorrow. But once I flip that, we're going over to Dad's. We're going to finish unloading that trailer load of hay. I've got a lady coming to get some alfalfa out of the barn. Look at this boy here. You going to ride on the tractor with me? Kate and I are going to check the crappy rained on hay out in the field. All right, guys, you can't hardly see it. We just shut the door back here. I'll load this trailer right here at the end. You can see it. The top stuff we laid up here on this other hay on edge, and it's all looking really good. No funky smells, no heat. So I think we saved every bale that got rained on. Maybe it may have been one that maybe had a green chunk in it when I baled it, but the rain didn't cause a total loss on any of it. So that's good. Took a lot of extra work, and I'd hate to have to do that to 1,500 bales, but for 100, it was doable. So, all right, we're gonna head to the house and clean up just a little bit and get something to drink. I'll be heading home. Just got home, smoked a deer, ran right out in front of me. I mean, I didn't even have a chance to hit the brakes. He was so close to me. All I could see was her ears just over the hood. That's how close she was. I was running about 45 or 50, and she's dead. So one less deer we got to freaking screw with around here. So in the morning, I'm sure they'll want me to use the stupid app and everything. But in the morning, I'll get some pictures of that and contact the insurance agent so you can go from there. So that's how it is.